All right, everyone, welcome to week 9. Let's get right into the studs and the duds from last week. Studs, I give to Jim. Good job in your game. That massive comeback, the 75-point spot that he had on you, and you made me look good by that prediction. So you are one stud of the week. And the other one I give to Chris. Chris, you knocked off Nick, which most of us have had trouble doing, and you did so. Good job. Somehow you beat the getting the worst score in the league every time someone plays Nick Curse. So good job. Duds go to me. I had the opportunity to seize first place and failed to do so. Also, I give it to Ben Baker because you had all those points and then you were just a dud the rest of the week and let Jim come back and beat you. So let's get on to this week, week 9. First matchup, we have Ben Black versus Tyler. And I think this one pretty easily is going to go to Tyler. ESPN seems to think so as well. Tyler had a big game from Ingram, more than I would kind of expect from him, but not too much more. But I don't even know who Alfred Blue is, Ben. Maybe I should, but I don't. And anyone from the Jets as your tight end is, I don't trust. So I don't like your team a whole lot this week. I do think you're going to get more than 96 points, though. But Tyler has two very solid running backs, talked about it last week, in Miller and Bradshaw. And he's got A.J. Green back this week, which I think provides him with a win. Next is Chris, I believe. Yep, Chris versus Aaron, little father and son duo. Let's see here. We got Phillip Rivers has been having a good season. McCoy, I am never 100% sure what McCoy is doing. He has pulled it back together a little bit these last 2 weeks. And Trey Mason was like big excitement and then a flop. On the other side, we have McKinnon, who seems to be running decently well for Minnesota. And Lynch, supposedly no one likes him in Seattle anymore. And Frank Gore's your flex. I'm going to go ahead and pass this one on to Chris. You made me happy last week, so I'm going to give it to you this week as well. I think this is a really close game, but let's go ahead and say that Dez Bryant somehow matches Antonio Brown's points, and that is what will give Chris the win. Next game should be Heiser and Drew Wagner, both coming off wins, trying to get above 500. All right, let's see. Brady torched me last week, so I guess I'm a fan of him, and I like to pick up Hawkins. Bad defense the Browns are going against, and Hawkins has caught Hoyer's eye once again. And I was wrong. I admit I was wrong about Denard Robinson. He is straight up a Wolverine once again and has run for 100 yards the last 2 weeks, so it looks like a good pickup, Heiser. So I also do think Heiser's going to win. Brandon Oliver seems to have come back down to earth. I don't even remember who Darren McFadden is, and I do not trust RG3 is going to do much. So Gronk is a good pickup. Torrey Smith is a deep threat, but I don't know. That's not very consistent either. So Heiser, enjoy your win. Next is Andy playing Nick. Andy has been all over Nick all year about the amount of scoring that teams get when they play against him, and right now it seems like Andy is on his way. Breeze got less than I think he would get. Olsen and Colston did not play very well either. So Andy, you got to figure out how to beat the curse. And starting 2 Baltimore running backs, I just doubt that is going to be your ticket. But who knows? Chris, I believe, won with 3 defenses once. So maybe there's a chance. But I don't see it. I don't think that Nick is as bitten by the bye week as some teams are, and his team I always think is just barely above average, just with a good record, but I do think he pulls the win out this week, mainly because Andy, you've already underperformed, and not having Forte in the game I think is really going to hurt you, especially with your seems like lack maybe of Baltimore, lack of running backs with Baltimore. Who knows? They both got good numbers. Moving on, I think Nick wins. All right, my game versus Jim. Huge game. Probably game of the week. I already had 3 guys play, and Jimmy Graham did about what I expected. The other 2 did less, so not a good start. But Brandon Cooks didn't do much for Jim either. So I think this one should be close. Let's see. Fortunately, I don't think Kaepernick is automatic, but against the Rams, I think that he'll do pretty well. They seem to struggle a little bit, and he'll be pumped up for that game. And I just don't see, I think Steve Smith is going to struggle against Pittsburgh, and I need to count on him. So unless Cordell Patterson somehow takes off against Washington, I think that I'm going to lose. What? I don't think I've only said that once so far this year, but I think this happens again, and unfortunately brings me down to 5-4 when I have the most points in the league, and I am second in Andy's power rankings. I didn't mean the, power rankings. Last game is Ben Baker versus John Davis, both on losing streaks. Let's see. Jonathan Stewart didn't do much. He never does. Let's just go ahead and jump to John Davis. I like Foster and Ivory. Those are both good running backs, and they're putting up way better numbers than I expected. Ivory is, and Foster is running healthier than I expected him to run. And the big old want to be called stud for picking up Baldwin. That didn't turn out too good because he only got 9 points last week, but he did make 6 catches, so I'll give you some love there. And I think that does increase your chances of winning. And let's see, Emmanuel Sanders is really good. Peyton Manning is good, so you're going to double up on points there. But they are going against New England, and that's why you're going to lose, because somehow New England always seems to limit Manning in some way. And I think this is the day as well. I think that Denver wins, but I don't think Manning puts up normal numbers. So that's it for this week. That's all I got. Go Browns, go Cavs, welcome home LeBron. See ya.